Hey everybody, my name is Jared Tate and I am the founder of the DigiByte blockchain. Today is April 3rd, 2024, and I am coming to you with a DigiByte development update. If you're new to DigiByte and you've never heard of us before, welcome to the community. DigiByte is a 10-year-old truly decentralized UTXO blockchain. There is no company, there are no employees. DigiByte is as decentralized as it gets. If you want to learn more, go to digibyte.org. Lots of information there. And then there's also lots of very helpful community members across X, across Discord, and across Telegram. So check us out. And the most important thing I can tell you if you're new to DigiByte is all about the community. So with that, let's get into the actual development update here. So I know a lot of you probably know this already, but if you haven't heard yet, DigiByte version 8.22 RC4 has officially been released. This has been a while in the making here, and I'm very happy we got it out. RC4 is very close to a final release. And I actually think this is definitely the most stable version of 8.22 we've had in the last 2 years. So if you had some issues with older versions of wallets being imported into new versions, there was a bug that was fixed with this. We also made descriptor wallets are now default. And there's a bunch of changes that have actually gone into this. We fixed a bunch of tests. So you can see all these commits right here over the last month and a half. So a lot of work's been into this. We could really use your help testing this. If you want to test the RC4 core wallet, you basically come here to GitHub and you can download it here. So if you're on Linux, if you're on Windows, or if you're on an Intel Mac, you can get the binaries there. So, this brings me to something I don't think I've ever made a video on, which is what is the core wallet? Why is it important? Why do we always talk about the core wallet? Well, the core wallet is what's known as the reference implementation. So that literally means the core protocol for the DigiByte blockchain. And this functions the same way with Bitcoin and Litecoin. The core wallet, in my opinion, is the most important wallet because that's the source of everything else. A lot of services that you use, exchanges, other third-party wallets with a fancier, GUI interface, actually have core wallets running on the back end, and that's actually what powers them. So as developers and for the health and longevity of the DigiByte blockchain, the core wallet is the most important wallet to keep maintained, to keep functioning, and to test new features. So how do you help us test? Well, you simply just go download the wallet. And if you've used it in the past, you can import your own wallet.dat. I believe that's safe to do with this version now. And you can send and receive transactions. So we've worked out a lot of issues, a lot of kinks with the 8.22 upgrade, and I'm very confident in this version. So, go download it and help us do it and run a node. When we talk about how many nodes are on the network, that's literally people just running core desktop wallets. And the more people we have, the more decentralized DigiByte becomes. So, a lot of good stuff there. So, a lot of hard work went into this, and I want to thank everybody that helped contribute on this. Especially Jan and White Kegel, Ollie, GTO, everybody that's put in work and effort to get it this far. It's been years in the making. So with that, we love your feedback. So if you have any issues, please post that on GitHub. So what are the next steps for a version 8.22 full release, a final release? Well, from my perspective, there's two main things. I still think we may have an issue with Dandelion and Mempool, which I'm diving into. Don't really have much more to say at this time. But the biggest holdup right now that we have to decide as a community is Taproot. Should we enable the Taproot soft fork on the DigiByte blockchain like Bitcoin did and Litecoin did, or should we hold off on that? I want to leave this up to the community, so maybe we do another poll. Maybe we have I was thinking about doing a live stream this weekend with Q&A. I don't know if people would be interested in that. If you do, let me know. Maybe somebody could help organize it, but I think it would be a great time. I know there's a lot of questions, especially with the recent market activity, and I'd love to participate in that. A more direct Q&A session. And we could talk about Taproot. We could talk about the benefits. If you're not very familiar with Taproot, there's basically 3 different things that involve the Taproot soft fork. Schnorr signatures, the Taproot code itself, and then a new scripting language called TapScript. In my perspective, DigiByte can really benefit from Schnorr signatures because Schnorr signatures effectively enable the aggregation of multiple signatures into a single signature. So this is a huge, not only privacy feature, but it's an efficiency feature. So you can do more on chain with less data while increasing privacy. And Schnorr signatures have a ton of smart contract applications and utility that could be used with DigiAssets. However, with the Taproot, you get TapScript, which is a new scripting language that basically helps make things more efficient for smart contracts. But this does mean that there is the possibility that you could literally copy Bitcoin ordinals right on top of DigiByte, and we could end up with a massive spam issue. Several people in the community have reached out to me about this. DigiByte fees and transaction costs are already low enough. There's a lot of people with sincere fears about our chain being overloaded with ordinal spam or something similar. So, I'm like I said, I'm not going to decide this. It needs to be a community. We need to have an active discussion. But this is kind of the holdup, and this is where we are now. Right now the implementation is delayed indefinitely. But yeah, post your feedback. Let's get a discussion going on what's going. So with that, I want to take a little bit here, and I want to highlight a couple community projects that I think are awesome. And I think these 2 projects could use some more funding and some more help testing as well. So the first one I want to talk about is a new DigiByte desktop wallet that has been put together by the community member Renzo. He's been working on this for quite a while. He's a great guy. He just released the first binaries of this. And I think it's for Windows. I was just looking at it. I'm going to have to put it on my Windows machine and check it out. But the idea is it's a much easier to use and simple desktop GUI interface. So if you want to help support him, I know he's working on raising funds. And as you all know, DigiByte is truly decentralized. There is no massive pre-mine. There is no company. There are no paid employees. So it's all community driven. It's all volunteer and donation driven. So if you want to support him and you think DigiByte could benefit from a much easier to use desktop wallet, go ahead and contribute to his new desktop wallet there. So thank you, Renzo, for all your hard work with this. The next community project that I want to highlight is DigiNode Tools. So if you go to diginode.tools, there is a very cool program that helps you install a full node or the core reference implementation, which is the DigiByte Core wallet, on a server. As you can see here, it breaks down. You basically don't need to know any coding. It's all menu-driven setup, which is very cool. And this will help you set up a DigiByte node and help support the network. So this is put together by a community member named Ollie. And if you want to help him, support him do this, I know he's put in a lot of work here recently helping us with the core upgrades with RC4. So you can support him. He's got an address down here, I believe, at the bottom. And then up here, or whoops, right here. So please help donate to support DigiNode Tools. The easier we can make it for people to run full DigiByte nodes, the better off we're going to be. So, and actually talking about the wallet, I totally skipped this right here. What does the core wallet look like? This is the RC4 wallet. Now, as you can see here, you can tell it's RC4 by the image. But one of the things that RC4 allows is multi-wallet. So you can actually manage multiple wallet.dat files from the same interface. So this is very helpful. It's something you couldn't do. You can't do this in version 7.173. But as you can see here, you send, receive. Some of it can be a little complicated. There's some advanced features like input control where you can select which UTXO inputs and outputs, but there's a lot of functionality. But this is the GUI desktop representation of this. But like I said, the backend server implementation of this is the backbone of the DigiByte core product protocol. That's why this is so important, and that's also why tools like DigiNote tools are helpful with people who have never run a command line wallet before getting it set up. It can be a little bit daunting. But I encourage you, if you've never downloaded the desktop core wallet, the RC4, that's what all this talk is about, go try it. You know, when you first download it, it's going to have to sync with the blockchain. Depending on your internet connection, that can take a while. But, you know, like I said, this is what we've been spending a lot of this energy and effort on here for the last month. So with that, to finish this video up and not keep it too long, there's a site and an app that I've been working on in my spare time, the DigiByte Statistics, that I've been going through every time I do one of these videos. So currently, the DigiByte blockchain has over 19 million blocks in the chain. So that makes us one of the longest and fastest, if not the longest and fastest UTXO blockchain in the world. And we've had 100% uptime over 10 years. You know, that's true decentralization, and that's a testament to you, the community. Let's see, 46.5 million transactions, just over 29 gigabytes on disk. That's how much the chain takes. There's currently just over 4 billion digibytes left to be mined. Current block reward is 351 DGB. And the current circulating supply is it going to pop back up? I need to fix this code. It just updates every few seconds here. I don't know. We'll come back to that. So let's see. Currently, we've had 30 people in the last day that have downloaded RC4. The last major version we released, we had about 27,000 downloads. So this is why it's important that we get a stable 8.22 out so we can get all those thousands of nodes that haven't even tried a version 8.22 wallet to upgrade. And there's the majority of the network still on 7.17.3. So DigiByte has 5 independent mining algorithms. Each algorithm should get roughly 20% of the blocks. This is currently the last 105 blocks on the blockchain. As you can see, there's a little bit more script than normal, but that'll average out after about 500 to 1,000 blocks. You really do need about 500 to 1,000 to get an accurate snapshot. But as you can see, the chain is humming along nicely. DigiByte has real-time difficulty adjustment, so every single block, the difficulty of each of the 5 unique algorithms is being adjusted. This is something that makes DigiByte much more secure and more powerful than even Bitcoin, because with Bitcoin, you've got one mining algorithm that's dominated by a handful of mining pools, and the difficulty adjustment in Bitcoin itself takes 2 weeks for one adjustment. And the danger of this is there's been numerous UTXO blockchains, Dogecoin, DigiByte. We've literally in the past had our chain freeze, and that's one of the things we pioneered was this multi-algo real-time difficulty adjustment. That's why we did it, is because we would get attacked when mining pools would come on and off. You can read more about it, but this was a thing back in 2014, 2015. But anyway, that's working as it should. It's looking good. So yeah, the DigiByte blockchain is looking healthy. Almost 17 billion digibyte in circulation. So there's only going to be a 21 billion digibytes ever mined. And there was a little bug with that, and we fixed that in 8.22. So I can tell you for sure there's only going to be 21 billion digibytes ever created. So 1 to 1,000 ratio with Bitcoin. With that, I want to keep this video kind of short. So I want to thank everybody out there who's helped with this. As a lot of you know, I've actually been trying to work full time. It's been 4 weeks now. I'm going on my 5th week. I've been looking to try and stay working on DigiByte as long as I can. I've raised enough funds for basically 5 weeks, which is up at the end of next week. I would love to continue working on DigiByte full time. If you want to contribute and you would like it, I would much appreciate it. Here's my DigiByte address. You can PayPal or Zelle me, Jared at jaredtate.com. Like I said, if I'm not able to raise enough for another month, that's okay. I'll still keep working part-time. I have some other part-time work lined up. I'll do it. I got to pay the bills, got to do whatever I can. But, I love working on DigiByte, and we've made a lot of progress this last month. So I would love to work full-time for another month. But if not, I understand times are tough out there right now. I believe the economy is already in a recession, so it's probably going to get a little bit worse. But with that, I cannot thank you all enough for keeping DigiByte decentralized, and let me know about a live stream this weekend. I would love to do a live Q&A and get some community members involved. So with that, thank you all. Till next time. Cheers.